Greetings and welcome to Scape Games. I'm Kedro, the DM here at Scape Games, and you found your way into the second party for this channel. Sit back and enjoy the short-form sessions with the Dragon family and friends. Now, on to the show. Alright, welcome everybody to the stream. We're about to kick off our third episode, and with our recap from our last episode, HP Focus.
Hi everybody, HP Focus here. Well, last time we left off in the graveyard. We had just finished killing some skeletons and zombies, and we were about to loot the bodies. Ta-da!
And I found me my own familiar. Hey, I would really think of it more as a pet, but that's fine.
All right.
Let's go.
So you guys are in the graveyard and manor house area, which just had walls left over. What would you like to do?
I'd like to check out what's in the manor house area before we move on to Mausoleum Land.
I'll wait for Lexi at the entrance of the shell, and we'll just explore it thoroughly.
So in the manor house itself, it's literally just walls that you're seeing, basically destroyed rubble. Go ahead and make a investigation check.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Whoop, whoop.
13.
But are you investigating? But did you come with us?
Yeah,
I got a 16 plus a 3. That's... Wait.
I got 23.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's a 17.
All right. Delin being the highest will find a secret entrance next to a pile of rubble, just kind of behind it. Looks like a hatch opening that goes into the undercroft of the mansion.
Oh, look at here.
Now, should we investigate the hatch opening of the secret passage, or should we maybe take a quick look at that mausoleum we saw as we were coming in?
Maybe it goes to the mausoleum.
If it does, then perhaps we should split our party in two and
You
just
never split the party.
Well. Here's my thinking. We split our party into two groups. One group just does a quick search of that undercroft under the mansion. The other two go and look and do a detailed search of the graveyard and the crypt. I'm not saying that we go deep and dungeon dive, but I'm saying maybe we should just tip our toes in the little kiddie pool of what's over there.
I'd say if we're going to check it out, we all check it out together.
Okay.
Just because we each have our own skill sets that we bring to the table, and we don't really want to be missing any of those particular skills. When we
I have
Especially when
insight,
the bad
investigation, arcana, and animal handling. I think that's all we need for over here. I'm just
Never
joking.
know.
All right, so
never know what you're coming up with.
So should we go to the...
Have we looked through the house?
We looked through the house and then we found
that's where you found that.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
I'm okay with checking out either. I think we should ultimately check out both. So whichever you guys want to do first.
Either. I really don't like small, dark, cramped places.
So the crypt and the secret hatch are out of the question then.
Well,
I guess we can just check out the hatch first. Oh, actually, HP, do you have any spells that can, detect, rooms or passages to a large extent? Like a, kind of like something like a sonar or at least a sight of some sort?
No, I can't say that I do. But I do have a familiar who can go scouting around.
let's
Mr.
let the
Cousins
familiars
can do
go.
Yes, the familiar who, when we were going and being attacked by the cockatrice, ran away in the opposite
Does he have dark
direction.
vision?
I don't think so, since it's just a normal average house cat. I guess it would have just maybe a little bit of dark vision.
Because I would imagine with
Yes,
the dark
cats see,
vision going
cats
on.
see very well in dark.
They typically
All
do,
right,
yes.
then
They're nocturnal hunters.
Oh, so I would like to open the... Can I make a Arcana check on the hatch real fast? Just to make
What are
sure.
you looking for?
Any sort of magical properties of it, whether good or evil.
Go for it.
All right, so...
Does anyone have detect magic?
That is 20.
You don't see anything that reads Arcana.
Oh,
No runes, no anything like that.
All right. Well, only one way to know. I want to open the hatch.
All right. As you go to lift it up,
Did you check for
click,
traps?
click, seems to be locked.
Oh. Anybody have a hammer of sort or lock?
Thieves' tools.
Okay.
All right. Let's do that.
Go for it.
Alright, let's give it a try.
Wait, would that be sleight of hand? Trying to open it be sleight
Can we
of hand.
check it for traps first?
Sure. Investigation roll.
I would also like to check if I can.
It's fine. I got a 22.
Okay, it doesn't seem to be trapped.
All right.
Good.
And you can also figure that if it was trapped, it probably would have went off when you tried pulling it.
Yeah, I guess that would happen. Wait, does it swing up or down?
Up.
Okay.
Mr. Cuddles didn't find
And
anything.
then 24 on the thieves' tools.
All right. Within mere moments, you hear that soft click, and the lock opens.
All right. So now I swing it. I go behind it, so where I am pulling it, and the door is covering me. I pull it and open it.
Okay. You see down into the tunnel, it's exceptionally dark. Looks like rough-hewn stone has been carved out of the mountain.
Cobalt? Do you think it's perhaps kobolds? If it's rough hewn, I have seen kobolds make rough hewn entrances, pathways, and others such to traverse unseen. It could perhaps be that.
Expertise.
Not mine.
Oh.
I've got a torch. I can take my torch out and at least light the way.
Why don't we just send the cat down there instead, and just see how far it gets?
Mr. Cuddles, do you want to go down there? You're looking kind of lazy right now.
Could you check it out for us, Mr. Cuddles?
Come on.
It appears that Mr. Cuddles does not wish to investigate.
Or do anything at this point.
So, I guess
Not going to cooperate, are you?
that means that I shall. So, in my inventory, I do have a shield. I don't know if it just says shield. So would it just be like a normal
Standard heater shield.
Okay, so I'm gonna take out my heater shield. Can I tell how far to the ground this passageway is?
No, not really. With it being as dark in there, you can only see about 5-10 feet in front of you.
We may want to investigate a little before going in.
Correct. I would like to. Actually, does anybody HP? Do you have any potions or not potions? Spells that allow for like a light potion? I mean, God, why am I saying potions? I mean, I don't. It's not that I don't want to chunk a bottle of alchemist's fire down there, which I don't have, sadly. But I really want to, but I don't, so I won't.
I'll just pull out my torch. We'll light it up.
There you
Sounds
go.
good.
Just drop it in.
I've
All right.
got it.
And as she's dropping it, I would like to investigate if I see anything from the light. How far will the torch go to?
Torch allows for...
Oh, it has a thingy in its mouth.
She doesn't know. She dropped it.
Oh, good.
So a torch will allow for 30 foot of sight.
Emma!
No. That's...
hold on.
Hey, Emma, come here.
It's not a cord. It looks like it's like a baggy tie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Just,
Hey, come here. Emma, come
And
here.
we'll pause it off.
So, after that,
An eventful opening.
So are you
Yes.
leading the way?
Here's the torch. You can
on,
do
Mr.
it.
Hunter.
You can do it.
okay, so, I do have 50 feet of rope. Should we maybe tie myself... Is there any sort of, like, piece of building that looks structurally safe to tie a rope to?
There is definitely a lot of rubble, but as far as structurally safe...
Or at least anything that doesn't look like it would be moved by...
What are the chances
Do
the
you
three of
have
us can pull you back
Professor-
up if something happens anyway?
Don't worry.
Do you have
Fine.
proficiency in something
Yeah.
like masonry tools?
No.
All right, intelligence check at disadvantage.
Wait. Intelligence. Okay, so that's going to be +1 for everything, right?
Yep. And you take the lower of the two.
5.
That building is definitely structurally sound. You're totally kosher with attaching it wherever. It's not going to come
All
down.
right. So I take a torch. Ooh, actually.
follow you.
So I take the torch and I take the rope and I tie it to the torch and I toss the torch down there.
All right.
What do I see?
Make a strength check to see how far you throw it.
Did our torch stay lit?
Probably. It's just gonna be 18.
18. So you chuck it a good 30 feet, and it's a fairly nice decline. Maybe about 20 degrees down.
Oh, a slide.
Wow. Oh, a slide. I don't like that. That means that something either came up and stopped or it went down.
Well, do we want to proceed this way for now, or do we want to check the other passage?
Oh, hold on. I'd like to pull the torch up, please.
All right.
And
As you're doing so, some of the torch oil that's around it is slowly leaving just little pockets of fire as you pull it back.
huh? Can I
Other
see
passage?
any sort of like? What is it's rough and ruin, right?
Just rough hewn. So it's
So
like
like-
if
so like
a
some-
miner had come in and just chipped away at it until it got opened.
I don't think we want to slide down.
Nope. So
Yeah, let's go the other way.
everybody to the crypt.
To the crypt.
So you come up to the crypt. It's a large granite-style building, all of about 10 foot wide by about 20 feet long. Does have a large granite door.
Can I like to check to make sure that there's no spells or traps or anything?
All right.
First spells, then I think Lexi should do a trap check because I think yours is actually higher than mine. So Arcana.
Yep.
11.
Miss Emma.
Doesn't seem to
Are you
have
okay?
any arcane runes to it.
Okay.
You said mine's higher. Let's see how it rolls. 13.
13 doesn't seem to be trapped.
You want to double check it? I don't feel confident in this one.
All right. So I take out my Heppen shield and I put my hand on the door and I slowly apply pressure to open it.
All right. Strength check.
16.
16. As you're pushing, there's a lot of kind of weight there. You slowly lean into it, and you get this grinding sound as it kind of opens lightly. You get it about a foot or two open. Inside is definitely dark. There are no windows to the mausoleum at all.
I'd like to put my shield away. Take out the torch that Delin gave me, Lady Delin, and is it big enough where I can put my head through it?
Oh yeah, you've got it open several feet.
All right. I'd like to stop opening it. Slowly poke my head in with the torch in front of me, and just take a look around.
And that's when the Draculich bites you.
Oh, Draculich! Why?
A headless monster hunter.
So you open it and up, you start looking in. It's your fairly standard mausoleum. There are niches in the walls with long dead bodies. Some look more mummified, fully wrapped. Others are actually in coffins. And a few are just kind of out as skeletons.
Okay. And what bit me?
Nothing.
Nothing. He's like,
Oh, he's just being a DM 101.
Okay. I'd like to fully open the door.
All right.
And it's just a closed system, correct?
Correct.
I'd like to take a look at the bodies, but not loot them.
Okay.
That'd be sacrilege, and we'd probably we'd be getting into some trouble if we did that. So I'd just like to respectfully and peacefully just investigate the bodies, see if I can't find. Don't loot the bodies, or I'm killing the goblin.
She always loots the bodies.
I have to loot the bodies.
No,
On the
you
way
can't
out.
loot the bodies in a crypt
All right.
because then we will
I
be
will
cursed.
cave and do on the way out.
And then we'll run. Fast. Very fast.
If
So-
you loot any body, I will be the last out. If you loot any body, I will kill the goblin. No questions asked. I will use.
If you kill this goblin, our partnership is done. Just putting that out there.
Fine. I would like,
Tell him, Lexi,
before,
you don't have to loot it. If it's sacrilege to you, you do your thing.
hey,
I'll loot
it is
for
it
the
is
party.
a code of honor, and I will touch none of the dirty money.
You do not have
Okay.
to.
So
That's
more
fine.
for
I
us.
would like to respectfully.
But
Just,
what if there's a magic item in there?
that's all yours because I have everything I need. I have a bow, I have a crossbow, I have a sword, and a whip.
I respect
all I
what you
need.
believe in with that.
So-
we will keep it to ourselves.
So I would like to just. I would just like.
Unusual moral code for a adventurer. wouldn't you think?
But he's trying to be a knight.
What? No, I'm a monster hunter.
Well, it's on the path.
His moral code's fluctuated a few
I
times.
have no. Okay, monsters.
Generally with the liquor.
Correct. Monsters. I will be 100% fine with.
Chaotic neutral.
With chaotic neutral. No, I'm lawful neutral. Hey, I'll follow the laws, but if they interfere with my mission, we're gonna just sidestep them. I would like to first, before the rest of the party enters, just take a quick scan of every dead body and do a Arcana check.
Arcana check for what?
How about I detect magic?
Ah, yes, that would be better.
Ritual casting or direct
Yes,
spell?
okay, ritual cast.
So he tells you that he's going to detect magic, and you stand there for about 10 minutes while he's going wooji, 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 woo. And then eventually, nothing aside from the magic items that you guys carry seems to be magical in the area.
Ooh, look
Can
at
we
those arrows
investigate the
glow.
room for
Thank goodness.
I want to check the room for any other entrances, things that may take us elsewhere.
Okay,
I would
go
also
ahead and
like
make
to-
a investigation check for that.
I'd also like to investigate too as well.
Yep.
Just to aid.
20.
Okay.
Not a nap.
19.
Okay.
18.
So Lexi finds that hidden behind one of the bodies is kind of a sloped hole that's also going down to the ground.
Great.
We really are going down a slide today, guys.
Sloped holes. Now, what does this remind me of?
And how are we going to get back up?
We will come to that bridge when it builds itself.
Well, it
Because
depends on how deep it is. I mean,
how
we're all carrying ropes.
is
We can
the-
tie ropes together.
well, but we would
Anchor
all have to
up
make
here.
a strength check, or I would have to make. Who has the highest strength modifier?
And
Along with
much
strength.
like the other entrance, this one doesn't have a very bad gradient to it.
Oh, good.
So
Well, I could probably get back up because I could probably use my tensor's floating disc.
You could use your tensor's floating disc to get us
All
back
of
up.
us out.
Well, it's only so big.
No.
I don't make the
It
extra.
floats above you. It
I
doesn't
know.
carry you.
no, I know. He takes all the rope we have.
But it also doesn't work with inclines.
Oh. Well,
Tensor's floating disc.
that's out of that. So
Unless it's a
what's
big
the
enough space
angle?
for
So
it.
what's the angle of depression?
About 20 degrees.
Well, we can either take the small hole, or we can take the big hole.
I'm correct on that, right? It doesn't work in that type of spacing.
It'll move up and down inclines. It just won't do like stairs
off a cliff.
or off a cliff.
So we can
What is
potentially.
a
I
Python
mean,
again?
functionally, it will go off a cliff. It'll just fall.
I mean, we could tie rope just big enough for you to
It's
go.
almost to the bottom.
Yep.
But it's just like volley.
We could tie rope just big enough for you to go down it and then be on the disc following.
HP.
Potentially.
What is?
Because you're a tinier surface for that.
So Python.
What about tying one of the ropes against the tomb? And that would be our get out of jail free
Yeah, at the
if we have
end.
to
It's like
climb
a
it.
large spike with a.
I mean, I think we can all go down it. It's
okay.
coming back up that I'm
Yeah.
more worried about.
Okay,
really.
So climbers
So
put into this.
so if
Mountain.
we so
And you
if-
guys thought arachnophobia was paranoid.
Oh, I'm not.
While
Oh,
they're
great.
talking, I'm going to take my rope and tie it around the
No.
one of the mausoleum
Wait.
caskets.
How many
Okay.
pythons do we all
I'm gonna
have?
help her with it.
Okay.
Pythons, climbing spikes.
Yeah,
I don't
I
have any.
I have 10 of them.
yeah, that'd be more than enough because you'd only need one to anchor the rope at one end, and then a couple along the way to.
I have 10.
Okay, so
so there you
that would be more than enough if we
Had to do it.
and if we need to, HP can just grab the rope if anything happens, and you know what? I think we have a plan. I say we attach the rope to one of the
Done and done.
tombs.
Yep, we did.
That's what we just did.
We either send HP or we send the goblin with protection, magic protection, and or a shield. We send him down with the rope, and every so often he'll just put a python in, loot, put the rope in, and just drop it. And if he calls out for help, well, HP can just magic disc him up.
That's if he does what we need him to do.
Hey, goblin, you want to do that?
You don't see the goblin around.
Oh, great, he ran.
He can't run. He's attached to a thing with him. He's just hiding.
You do realize that goblins have one of the highest sneak if we're not paying attention to him, and he also has sleight of hand, so he can just whoop.
You never took your eyes off him, but you attached a rope to a mausoleum casket.
Wait, where was I?
We did it while you guys were.
You guys were all in the mausoleum.
But where was I facing when he did that?
In the mausoleum.
Okay, so that doesn't answer my question. I asked which direction was I facing? Was I facing
into
It's
the
okay.
mausoleum?
Okay.
It's fine.
Wait, that's then he should still be in the mausoleum.
The only thing we didn't get from him was the loot that I wanted. Otherwise, we're fine.
We
get
can
more
always
loot.
find him again. We can always find him again.
All right, how deep is the hole?
It goes down pretty far.
Let's throw the rope down with the torch and see
All right.
if it hits the floor.
Trial number 2.
It's only got about a 20-degree gradient. It's easily a walking path.
Oh, okay.
I'll walk down.
Oh,
It's fine. I'm just gonna walk down.
you know what? Fine.
Let's
All right.
walk.
Give me a torch if you could, and I will go.
Let's go.
I hand the torch gingerly to Lexi.
I'm going to use caution.
Because I don't want to throw it like last time and have Lexi just take a torch to
Should we go stealthily?
I say no.
I always vote stealth. Stealth is a good way to do
Do I have...
what you're doing.
What's my stealth?
All right.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Stealth for me, too. I guess we can roll... I guess me and Lexi can head in
We're going to
first.
try to be quiet. 8.
I am definitely not stealthy.
This is not working today.
No,
Right.
8. I rolled a 7.
Hold on.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna roll
7. Oh, time to...
25 with a nat 20.
Now you make me feel better.
Well,
This is when I very sneakily turn around and go, why are you guys messing with my stealth game?
I'm trying to.
As Lexi moves forward, you hear nothing. But as
Rolled
she
a nat
turns
20 with a
around,
5.
you're hearing every time you guys step a little like crunch of boot into ground.
Sorry, it's my old bones.
Sorry, it's my teething anger to that goblin I will find again. I mean, I should be being quiet, but I don't like.
All right, let's go down.
Let's continue.
Right. So you take the path down, and it goes down kind of winding around for about 150 feet, and then comes to a kind of Y-shaped intersection. One path continues down, one slopes back up.
Oh, I bet the one
Do
that...
we see any sort of like
So
light
that probably goes from the other one.
reflector or from?
Should we go up to
Not
the
as
one
of
and see if
yet.
it goes up to that trap door?
Sure, let's go.
As you follow it up, you find yourselves up at the mansion space where the trapdoor opens.
Okay,
All right,
let's go back down.
time to head to the Underdark. Oh no, wait. Oh no, we're not deep enough yet.
Look at that. 2 ways down, and they were both safe.
Who knew?
Who knew? Being the cautious adventurers we are,
Yeah.
we decided to take 20 minutes doing this anyways. Anyway, we head back down to the
Level
intersection.
3 paranoia.
Oh, don't worry. It's about to hit level 4. Anyway, so we go back. The 4 of us head back to the intersection and continue on the way down.
All right. Taking that pathward downwards, it winds a bit as you descend into the bowels of the Undercroft. After quite some time of traversing the rocky path, you start to make out a light at the end of the tunnel.
Ooh,
Cool.
Roll for stealth again. Roll for stealth again. Oh, wait, no. She's still the quietest one of us, isn't she? All right, so the 3 of us should stop.
We'll stay here.
Lexi should
Be real quiet.
go up again. I ready my... Oh, yes. I'll ready my longbow with one of the 10 +1 arrows I got from HP.
Okay.
Just to
And
cover her.
I've
Wait,
got
is it a
crossbow
straight
right
shot?
on ready.
Is it a straight shot or is it curved somewhat?
A little bit curved at about 10 feet from what looks to be in the entrance of a room. That's about the straightest that it is, and then it curves around to the right.
We're going to have to go up a little bit more.
I say, since Lexi has a 25, let's just let her go forward, look around that corner, and I'll have my longbow with the +1 arrow just trained just slightly to the left of her, so that way I'm not gonna hit her unless I roll really well.
Give us a thumbs up if everything's okay.
How would we see her? She'd be nearly invisible, and we're just a bunch of bubbling fools.
I can sneak back and tell you it's fine.
Okay. Okay, so but
If it's not on and I'm caught with something, I'll make some sort of noise. It's
Okay.
the picture, the camera's broken again. Okay, but I do like that plan.
All right.
All right.
So, going in?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. As you get down into there, the entrance of the room is a raised door-sized portcullis.
Ooh.
Do you go in, or do you just kind of peek around the door?
I'm gonna peek in.
Okay. You see a good-sized square room. The walls, floor, and ceiling are no longer hard-hewn dirt that you've been traversing. Instead, you find dark granite walls, much like the mausoleum above. Additionally, the granite is the ceiling, but there's a cobblestone floor. The center of the room holds a large table. On it rests a gavel, an engraved plaque, and a small brass bowl filled with flames. The room is decorated with frescoes of various undead. From where you're at, you can see the frescoes of skeletons, zombies, ghouls, and wights. Those ones are easily identified. There are other frescoes interspersed between them, but they seem to have large cracks going through them. Under each fresco is a strike, as in like a judge's gavel strike.
Mm-hmm.
Those strikes under the cracked frescoes are similarly marred. The opposite end of the room holds what looks to be a polished metal door, though there is a garish reddish-brown X that has been swathed across what must have been once what must have once been a liquid, but is now dried.
All right, there's obviously nothing living in here, and I know better than to touch anything without anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go back and let them know what I see.
Okay.
Let's go.
So what do you
Let's
see?
go take a look.
So what do you see?
Relay what he did. I'm not gonna repeat.
Okay. Did they look to be alive? Or were they just like stone statues?
They're frescoes, wall paintings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea what frescoes are. I hunt monsters and I'm proficient with blades.
No
I don't
worries.
know what painting is.
worries.
I want to find a bard
Oh,
ask
my
that.
But
God.
no, there's no signs of life in there that I've seen, but it also looked like possible ritual-related things, so I thought it might be a good idea to get you guys and see if you have an idea. What
Did you
it is.
see like any? Was it just flush sides, flush frescoes, or did they look like, or were there like entryways or possible?
There is a door.
Oh,
They look historical, the
They do.
frescoes. So I keep using my knowledge of history. Help it out.
They look historical in the fact that they're aged, not so much in the kind of context.
Common knowledge.
we won't.
that I would
We won't be able to
learned
know
over the
because we
years.
didn't really
Correct.
ask that much about the history of the manor. So we won't. I don't really think we'd be able to just. Oh, from what we remember.
And the strikes, were there any other symbols on it that might be like arcane symbols or anything?
Does not seem to be.
Okay.
Would you have any knowledge of whatever might go on with the liquid on the door? It seems like it's red.
It
Well,
would
it's
probably be
kind of
blood.
brownish red, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a gash.
Like a
Did you
blood.
Kind of.
Like a
Like
blood.
a gash.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So
that would be my guess without doing a medical exam on it, but that would probably be more along your line. Do you have medicine?
I mean, look.
as we were discussing this, we are
Yeah, so
moving
plus
down
2.
toward the entrance of this chamber.
Maybe
Okay.
if you'd take a look at it.
Okay.
Maybe give it
I'm
a
going to check it out with medicine.
sniff test, maybe a little lick test.
I'm also moving with Lady Delia, just observing
Nope,
as well.
I got a 7.
I guess I might as well take a shot with
Might as
medicine.
well.
I have a +1.
That's okay. Upon inspecting the door, were it not for the iron-smelling, rusty-colored X messing up the otherwise perfect surface of the silvery face, it would be polished to a mirror sheen.
Interesting.
Huh.
And my hair still looks good. Okay. Since we've been down in this dank old hole.
I slap my forehead with annoyance, and then I turn and head toward what looks to be an altar with the 3 items on it, and I would like to inspect
I would inspect without touching it.
Correct. I would like to visually inspect the engraved plaque.
Okay. The plaque reads, "One among many is innocent. Strike true, and the way forward shall be opened."
Strike true with the gavel.
So do you think we should have kept the goblin?
He wasn't innocent.
He's
Yeah.
by no means
It depends.
Depends.
You're
That
defined
engraving.
innocent.
Yeah, that defines innocence. And what does it mean by innocence?
Sure.
Does it mean human innocence? Moral innocence? What does it
A
mean?
number of things.
Time to be
Considering his goal was to
philosophical.
harm people to get loot.
Can I investigate the bowl of fire with an Arcana check, please?
No need. You're trained in Arcana, right?
Yeah, I have a +3.
Okay. So it's a... well, do you have a +3 or are you proficient in it?
Proficient.
Okay. It looks to be just a bowl that has a continual flame spell put in it.
Huh. Interesting. I would like to use sharpened senses to see if there's any hidden monsters or other living or undead creatures in the area. Wait.
And for the
Oh, no,
viewers
that
at
would
home,
be-
go ahead and read out what that is.
So, sharpened senses. When you make a wisdom or perception check to detect a hidden creature or object, or a wisdom insight check to determine if someone is lying to you, you can roll 1 expanded superiority die to add it to the roll. You can use this feature after seeing the total, but before learning if you succeeded or failed. To the viewers at home, I'm just as confused as you are. I have no clue what that means. HP, the professor, can you please elaborate on what that means?
Basically, if you're making a roll, you can add that on top of it. If you're like investigating and trying to find something, or to like an insight check where you're trying to detect whether or not someone's lying to you.
Okay, so an insight would be
It would be
during
like,
dialogue,
Right.
where a perception would be during combat or non-combat.
correct.
Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna make a perception check to search for any creature that is made of flesh and blood of at least any percent.
So that would be a investigation, but no need. There are none in here.
All right, so one is a traitor. Ooh. So how big is this polished metal door?
Basically regular door size.
Where there's
Roughly 6.5, 7 foot tall by 3 to 4 foot wide.
Is there any spot that we can actually look at ourselves in the door, like full face on?
Not quite. Not with that bloody X in the middle.
Bloody axe.
Maybe we
So there's an axe in the middle.
X.
Oh,
Okay.
X?
X?
X or axe?
X.
X marks the spot.
So we have to hit the
Please
spot.
state the plaque again for me. I
The
apologize.
plaque reads, "One among many is innocent. Strike true, and the way forward shall be opened."
We have to hit the X on the spot.
I still think it should be with the gavel because that's what's on the table, isn't it? But I feel like the flames come into play somehow.
I don't...
Is there any other writing on the,
Is there
on
any...
the portraits?
On the portraits, no, but there are those marred portraits.
What can we see on the mark?
What can we determine from those?
So looking at the cracked frescoes, on closer inspection of them, they seem to be of specters, shades, bodaks, wraiths, and one may even be of a lich, as you can just make out what looks to be a red robe emblazoned with golden intricacies. The marring through each one is heavy, almost as if they were struck.
Huh.
So is the innocent one of the depictions versus others?
Well, that depends.
The one of many.
What looks like was struck on the portraits.
The entirety of the portrait. There's several different spots that have been hit with something small and round,
Like
kind
a
of
gavel.
pounding
Like a
in, as well as the strike below looks like it has been struck so hard that it's cracked.
And that's just on what looks to be the undead specter type.
Correct.
Including the lich.
Are these the ones that have the depictions of gavels? Are there some that do and some that don't? I know you mentioned.
None of them have depictions of gavels. They're all just different types of undead.
I thought.
Do all the undead
wrong
have
there,
this sort of gavel depiction or mark on?
The only gavel that's in the room is the one on the
One on
desk.
the desk.
Oh, then that was the. Oh my gosh, time for puzzle solving, and I'm not good at puzzles.
I usually am, but not today.
Well, I
Well,
like
you
to
know
go.
what? Time to do something
The gavel
stupid.
on the desk matches the strikes on the frescoes.
Yeah, which makes
So-
sense.
So
Okay.
we're gonna figure out what
It doesn't
strike
seem to do
that's
anything.
true.
It's the door.
Versus.
Which part of the door?
Right in the middle.
All
of the
right.
X.
So you guys see Atreus move over, pick up the
No,
gavel,
we haven't
and
solved it
slam
yet.
the door. And with that, the door slowly swings open.
Boom!
Oh, we are way too cautious today. Way too cautious.
No, our DM is just
Messing with
messing with
us.
us because he knows what we do.
I like how I'm just like.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's.
Well, it couldn't be that easy as X marks the spot.
I take it. All right, you know what? What's beyond the doorway?
Another rough tunnel heading further down.
Oh, of course.
All right, I take a torch and I throw it as far as I can.
Yeah, it goes about 30 feet. Looks to be the same sort of tunnel that you'd been traversing before.
All right.
right.
I walk forward with the party. Do I still have the gavel in hand?
Unless you got rid of it.
Sure, you want to lead the way?
I'm going to go before we enter. I'm going to go put it back on the altar like how it was, and go through the doorway with the party and pick up my torch and continue on.
All right. So, continuing down the rough tunnel, it ends up expanding into a large undercroft. Thick stone pillars support an arched ceiling. Tiled floors and walls are all covered in grime, dirt, or dust throughout most of the room. Centrally located in the room are two desks, placed back to each other.
Puzzles.
Sitting on the corner of both desks is a small pair of oil lamps that are shining dim light and essence into the room. Sitting on one of the desks is a small black book. The other desk has a single scroll sitting upon it. On one end of the room, there seems to be a tunnel that leads off into the darkness.
I'll need to check out the score.
Can we turn the lanterns up a little?
No, you are not touching anything before I do an Arcana check on them.
Fine.
I'd like to do an Arcana check on first the scroll, then the book, without touching them.
Okay.
Do I roll?
Yeah.
12.
The scroll does not seem to have any arcane annotations to them,
Can I check as well?
at least on the outside.
Just to double check.
You sure can.
And then,
Go ahead on the
Oh, that's
book.
no better.
okay, so on the book, Arcana check, 15.
15. The book does have etched symbols onto it.
Can we tell what language it is?
Arcane of some nature.
Oh, what do you
I
have
want
there?
or care for the book. I just want to see what the score says.
I have Abyssal, Celestial,
Maybe someday.
Infernal, and Deep Speech.
We'll take it
as
with
well.
us anyway.
I'm sure HP would care about it.
Oh, wait. No, never mind. No, I just have abyssal, deep speech, and infernal.
What have you been doing?
Just
Can I make
on my fighting skills. Look at that.
investigate?
Propose it as more of what you want to do. I'll let you know what the check is.
Can I check to see if I can understand the glyphs put into the book?
So are you opening the book?
No, just looking at the runes etched on the outside of it.
Not with your skill set.
Oh, okay.
Can HP.
Oh, yeah, can HP?
Well, if you want me to look at it,
Please.
I would prefer to take the time to do a detect magic before we go any further.
Okay.
So, and
How many spells do you have left?
well, I do it ritually, so I don't have to waste a spell slot.
It takes time.
And while HP is doing the detect magic, I would like to...
You can continue to search around the room.
Yes,
Yeah.
I actually would like to take a torch and putting back my bow, because I still have that out for some reason.
Why don't we just turn the lamps up?
I don't want to touch the lamps until HP is done with the book.
All right, hurry up.
Because if I know anything about puzzles like this, something is cursed, something has instructions, and if we touch...
to look at the scroll just in case, too?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have magic. It doesn't...
In case it tells us something we need to know.
Yes.
I would like to...
Once I complete this visual, if you'll be quiet,
I'd like to put...
I
I'd
need
put
a
my bow
little
back.
quiet to concentrate.
Left hand on my torch I had out. Right hand
No.
on my Cymer.
being kind of uppity today, isn't he?
I had purchased. No, rapier. I had purchased
He is being called on to do a lot.
That is-
and moved toward the darkened tunnel
Always.
Okay.
just to investigate, not going into it.
Looks like it likewise, much like the other tunnels, is one of those that continues further down.
Should we just
Are
skip
you
this?
done with your shamalama ding dong?
What's up with the scroll?
Just about.
You pick it up.
Yes.
Working
Okay.
at it.
Do you unroll it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the scroll. As you open it up, you see that it's written in an odd arcane language of runes.
Okay.
Are you trained in Arcana?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, of course he
I can
is.
come back over. I walk back over after investigating to
I just have a
inspect
+1
the
Arcana.
skull.
That's all.
I am proficient in
I
Arcana.
have a
That's-
plus
Okay.
one.
Yep. So you show it to Atreus?
Yes.
Okay. It seems to detail out a vile ritual where souls of a victim may be ripped from them, at which point it begins to refer to the souls as divine aurum. It goes on to note that the divine aurum may then be placed into a necrolysis argentum. Utilizing the power of the divine aurum through the necrolysis argentum, many things may be accomplished, though it doesn't really specify as to what.
Hey, remember when we went on that one adventure and they were putting the
would have been
the soul into the coins?
goblin around.
Is that similar to this?
I don't know.
Me neither.
That's a good HP question, but when he's done,
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
let's let him finish his ritual.
Has HP finished his ritual?
And is everybody letting him finish?
I haven't
Okay.
spoken to him yet.
So the 10 minutes go by. You do note that the language that the scroll is written in is magical of some sort, as well as the book itself in entirety.
Is it? Am I able to determine if it's a particular school of magic?
The book itself has multiple schools.
Okay.
It looks similar to your spell book, just like it's another wizard's.
All right. So, wizard spell book.
What language is it written in? Were you able to determine
So
that?
it's an ancient arcana language.
So like abyssal, infernal.
No, it's
Okay.
arcana. It's not a racial language.
Are you able to determine?
Well,
the
it would
word-
take me a little while to decipher it, but I'm sure with time I could be able to figure it out.
I'll put it in your backpack.
Yep.
Take it with.
And
Your-
when I finish
your hand
my,
of
my
holding
spell, does it or anything else in the area show magic, signs of magic other than our magic arrows?
Just that spell book and the small scroll.
Small scroll does have magic to it.
Yep.
I
Being
would.
that you can read arcane and are a wizard, go ahead and pass this over to HP.
Ooh, you got some new spells. I hope they're not dark spells.
I hope you teach me.
As I am next to HP while he is doing this, I would like to just see if I can understand what HP is saying by looking at this book?
Unfortunately, you aren't able to read it.
Oh no, I'm just going off of what he says.
If you look real closely right here, this would tell you that it's a charm person spell. It could be very useful.
Yeah, but I at least know what burning hands is because of the many flame symbols.
Yeah.
But I can at least
Not from reading it, because you don't have that class proficiency.
But with the amount of flames that are on it, and how HP eyes just twinkle with anticipation while he just flexes his hand, I can tell that it is burning hand, because I've seen many magicians and mages and spellcasters do that sort of thing.
You've seen the incantations, but not necessarily the spells.
Yeah.
There are quite a few useful spells in here. Like, here's one that can set up an alarm, and array of sickness. You might like that. Yeah, false life, kind of like our scroll that you found. Blindness or deafness. Gentle repose.
What does that do?
Well, it puts you in a gentle repose, of course.
Of course.
It's very technical and deep. We can discuss that later.
Okay.
Alter self could be quite useful, especially for a roguish type.
Oh, yes.
And one that could be very useful for what we do, arcane lock. Because we want to keep prying eyes out of important things.
I like it.
All right.
Better hang on to it.
Though I am taking the scroll because I don't.
No one's handed you this one.
Oh, you said not to
You
take
can ask
anything.
for it.
No. Don't take, don't touch,
I usually
don't.
give HP all the arcana.
No, that was in the crypt. That was in the crypt. No.
I usually give HP all the arcana stuff.
Look,
If you want
I
to
made
hold
the
on to
mistake of taking a magic item off of a dead war captain. The Lich revived his body as a champion and hunted me down. It was not very fun. That's
Sounds
why I'm
painful.
no, it's why
Watch out for them cursed items.
it's no, it wasn't a cursed item.
It's
It
not
was just
cursed.
it wasn't cursed. It's just the captain wanted it really badly. So we made when a lich revived him and he came after me as an undead champion, he somehow destroyed 3 towns, which is why I'm now banned in the northeastern continent. Zones of the continent.
Somebody's
Learn
cursing you.
something new every
I know.
day.
Luckily-
We are really getting
I
to know our monster hunter.
Yeah.
Luckily I did return it, but I'm not making that mistake again. Which is why after we left the crypt, everything was fair game. But looting dead bodies
Who's the real monster here?
Yeah.
you are or trying to curse us.
Is there anything else in the
Cautious.
room?
Are you doing further investigation into, say, the desk?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I would like to do investigations into the lamps, if I may.
The lamps are just kind of your standard,
Oh, I got a +3.
Yeah, they do.
like gasoline type.
I guess they have that spell.
The
Oil lamps, yes.
the desk,
Investigation.
as you
Yeah,
open
it's
the
like
drawers,
Weird thing.
Dylan,
Pardon?
the desk, as you open the drawers, you find a small pouch that has 10 gold pieces and 30 silver pieces.
Ooh.
More money. My
I
castle's
guess-
going to get done so
which,
well.
Which desk? The desk with the scroll or the desk with the book?
That was the desk with the book.
I guess
Hey,
then I'll
Mr.
just
Cuddles.
look into the desk with... Are the desks identical?
They are.
So you look in the other desk.
I take my rapier and very carefully pull the top drawer open.
Oh, be
with it.
brave, Monster Hunter.
If it is a mimic, I do not want to be standing next to it.
Well, I
just-
back away.
But just to be sure, I take my rapier, grab one of the desk drawers, and attempt to open it.
All right, it opens.
Oh, thank God.
And remember, mimics are good things to use for jokes. So if you tell a joke, the party laughs, the mimic laughs, you kill the mimic.
Oh. I look embarrassed as HP tells me this, and the other 2 laugh at me, and I'm not feeling very good about myself. I just feel alive. I just feel alive.
He just made us the bad guys.
So what do I find in the desk drawer?
Unfortunately, just dust.
Oh, are there any more drawers?
Nope.
Oh.
Just the one on each desk.
Okay.
Okay. Well, time to head down the the open tunnel.
Okay.
Wait, did the lamps emit a small amount of light?
A very dim amount.
Like
Should we
enough?
take it with
Like
us?
enough to take us with us?
I'd say no. I mean, we still got the torch. I mean, we each got the torch, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So I say we just
Unless
continue
you
on.
particularly want
I mean, but it is.
a whole lamp that you can pick up anywhere. It's a
No.
common item.
But it does have a continuous flame spell in it, giving off light. So
Does it?
No, that was
Because
the.
it didn't.
no.
It didn't show up as magical.
Okay. All right. Let's continue then.
Okay.
Are we sneaking in?
Nope.
Oh, we're
done
bold.
We're done with sneaking. I'm done with sneaking.
Why?
Just anything I find in there, I'm beating with a scabbard blade. I don't care. If it's
fair.
if it's an elder undead dragon or if it's an itty bitty little rat, I'm beating it with a scabbard blade.
He likes to take all my advantage away.
Yeah, evidently.
That's alright. Alright, let's go.
All
Next
right.
time.
So this winding tunnel opens up into a fairly large room, larger lengthwise than width, most of which is taken up by a huge pit that spans easily 50 feet. Running across the length of the pit is a thin kind of wooden board.
Nope.
The dark expanse of the pit contains a slow breeze that filters up into the room, though you can notice that in each of the corners of the room there's a small 6-inch cylindrical hole going up.
Well, not my expertise. HP, if you would like to take the honors of identifying if there's anything going on, I'm just going to sit here and wait and munch on some garlic bread I had and some chocolate pork that was still in my bag.
Oh, you like that. And remembered it, that we put it in there for you.
That is literally the last of my available food. So I'm just going to eat it because I'm hungry.
So there's a board going across the pit.
Very thin, kind of rickety looking thing.
Oh, get your disc.
And how deep does the pit look?
So as you close in on the pit, first off you begin to notice a peculiar smell, perhaps that of a vaporized torch oil.
Vaporized what?
Torch oil.
Torch oil.
All right. So with that, we'll go ahead and end for this week. Come back, join us again next week, same time for more Adventures of Richco.
Have a nice night.
Alright, adios. Time to go find that goblin, hunt him down.
Smash that follow button.
Thumbs up, like. Thanks for stopping in to watch Dragon Family and Friends. If you found this to your liking, make sure to subscribe. Ring that notification bell and tell us what you liked and didn't like in the comments section down below. Now, where did that mascot get off to?